Were you ever afraid for your life?
Not really, but I was worried about getting long-lasting damage to my face, because that's my moneymaker. Like, that's important.
Monday, you were super excited about coming to work. Why is that? It was a big day for you.
Yeah, my first shift here on Monday the 25th.
And it turned out to be a nightmare.
It was unexpected.
What happened? You left to go on a lunch break and you went to 7-Eleven.
Right, I went to 7-Eleven. I bought a drink and 2 slices of pizza, and I walked down the alley instead of on the main side streets. When I was walking back, I had like 10 minutes left on my break, and these 2 guys who were walking the direction I just walked from turned around and attacked me.
So you saw them first, correct?
Yeah, I saw them.
When you saw them, did you think anything was wrong?
No, seemed like they were just talking to each other, minding their own business. I didn't even think they looked at me. But like, they feigned really well that they weren't paying me any attention, and they turned around real quick. Like, it happened so fast, I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, they came up from behind. Explain to me the moment you knew something was wrong.
I think I was looking down at my phone, and I just heard like scuffling, shoes dragging on the feet right behind me, and just felt like somebody's close. Like, it was so quick. Yeah, and then after that it was like ground fighting. This is all I remember.
So tell me, what did they do? As soon as you realized somebody was next to you,
I felt someone trying to punch me, but it felt more like he kind of dragged me, because then it was like my bag was in between me and somebody else was behind them pushing me. So I knew it was 2 against 1, and that's when I started shouting, because I was thinking, well, if you're gonna get stabbed in a minute, you better call so other people hear this happening.
What were you screaming?
I was shouting. I was cussing. I said a lot of cuss words, so probably can't say any of those on TV.
What was going through your mind because they hit you first in the face, right?
Yeah, one of them got me at least 2 times with his fist, but then both of them were stomping on me. That I could tell I mean, it ended up being okay, because most of it didn't really hit me. Just when, yeah, I might have gotten knocked out, but I pulled one of them to the ground.
What were you thinking from that first punch? Because it looked absolutely horrible.
I just wasn't sure what was happening. Like, I knew, okay, these are these 2 guys that you just saw 10 seconds ago, but I just couldn't believe that it was happening. So I was like, it felt like kind of like a dream, like where you're watching yourself from above.
Were you ever afraid for your life?
Not really, but I was worried about getting like long-lasting damage to my face, because that's my moneymaker. Like, that's important. And so I was more worried about being disfigured, I think. No, I knew neither of them had a weapon, but it was just really, yeah, it was disconcerting, because I wasn't expecting it at all.
Were you scared?
I mean, yeah, I was scared, but I mean, that was only for like a minute. And then I was just like figuratively and literally defeated. So I was.
Why did they come after you?
Gosh, I mean, opportunity. Like, I had a bag that really only cost me $20. That I guess they didn't have that bag, but I did. So kind of, and it was 2-on-1, which, I mean, obviously it like would have turned out differently if it was face to face and 1-on-1.
When did it end? When did they stop, and why?
We only fought for, I think, like 2-3 minutes at most, and I mean, I just let go of my bag at the point that it finally ended, and that was the only thing that either of them said too, was just let it go, and I was like, well, fine, it's just a bag. Like I was just exhausted from getting stomped in the head so many times, I guess.
So what did they get away with?
They had my phone and my bag, but not my wallet, which worked out fine because I ended up tracking them with that phone. So I know where they kind of headed to after all that.
Where?
They went to the Chicago High School for the Arts, and then they took a bus northbound from there. It looks like they took a 94 up California to Fullerton.
So you know where your phone is now in your bag?
That's where it went silent, was at the park there. I don't know if it's been recovered yet. I don't know yet.
Have you been there?
No.
You've not been there.
No, I slept all day yesterday.
Gotcha. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm all right. Yeah, I keep saying it could have been worse. I got checked out at the ER, and I mean, they couldn't see any reason to even wrap up my hands, so, which I got cut up pretty bad, and they didn't even offer me a bandage. I thought that was weird. But they did all the expensive scans, though, you know. That was important to do.
What do you want to say to these guys?
Oh, nothing. I would just like to know when they're in custody and when we can make our court appointments happen. That's all.
Would you recognize them?
I think so, yeah.